The hiccups.
Good afternoon and welcome to Hijack Life Live, aka The Other View.
Whoa, what a parade! Look at that.
It's like I'm getting
Hey,
kicked
let
out.
me tell you, that's what happens after you get married.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
grab
think about
pants.
it. No, think about it. The whole wedding, when you have a wedding, everything is the guy first, right? The groom comes in first, and then the groom says his vows first, and he does the exchange of vows first. And the moment, just remember this, YouTube brigade, the moment you say I do, and I pronounce your husband, as soon as I say I do, everything changes. The bride goes out first.
But time out. The Bible says those that are first shall be last. So there you go. The groom comes out first, and he winds up
the
last.
bride comes out
No,
last.
those that are
The
first shall be last, and the last shall
first
be last.
So we're first, but we're really
Don't
last.
be trying to
Once
correct
we
me.
say
I know my Bible.
Yeah, it all. So anyway, for
And-
all you people when you get married, just want you to remember.
Remember, men, you'll be last afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's get to it. I got cement trucks out front. What's our topic?
Yeah,
today?
well, wait a minute. Take a second. Tell us
Sure.
what's happening.
So we have a ADA compliant 16-foot wide cement wraparound porch going around the entire building, which is going to allow us. Yeah, we're live.
Oh, okay. Well, you're not
It's
coming
going to allow us to have events outside under the covered porch. It's going to have room for 2 wheelchairs at a time to go up. And they are pouring the cement. They are moving and shaking out there today.
All
It's
right.
exciting. So what's our topic about today?
The progression of deception.
By Biggie Smalls?
I don't think so.
I like that.
Well, what made you select today's topic, BB?
Well, I received a YouTube video from a friend addressing the changing of terminology to lessen the sting of sin,
Okay.
crime, and offense.
Okay.
Like, that's our culture. We have to change all the terminology because it's no longer a prison, it's a correctional institution. It's no longer adultery, it's an affair. You know, it's no longer drunkenness, it's a disease.
Okay.
So,
So dumbing down stuff.
Yeah.
That's a great way to put it. I should have given that the title.
Dumbing down stuff?
The progression of dumbing
down.
down.
Of deception, or deception but dumbing down, or whatever. So anyway, so it's a little ambiguous, so I thought we'd use an example. And that is, I'm going to throw out a few things. And I know this is Pride Month, so we're using Pride, but we really need to stop that because everybody thinks we're harping on this subject, and we're really not. It's just the way it falls. But anyway, so when you hear the word sodomy, Gianna, what do you think?
Oh no.
I have no idea.
You should have said painful.
I just Googled
Will you shut up?
All right.
I Googled it though, so no comment.
Okay, how about you? Did you know?
I don't, but I'm going to base off what I asked you when I asked how to say it. I think it's having sex without being married. Am I right on that?
No, it's
necessarily. It's a little broader.
Okay,
than
listen,
that. Okay,
can
what
I-
is it?
I
I want to go.
All right.
When you're in a prison and the wardens and the correction officers want to really punish a prisoner, they take their
Hold your
baton.
ears.
That's sodomy.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Great example.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm just saying,
Anyway.
it's just a common thing. It's just a known fact. It's a
All
torturous
right.
way of
Well, I
torturing
want to see
people.
if you know. Now, before we got into this study, did you know what the word sodomy meant?
Yes, I did.
Okay, what's it mean?
What's it mean?
I don't really.
I knew from the
Come on,
Bible.
let's say. What's it mean?
It's
What's
it's
it mean,
it's,
Samai?
it's an unnatural sexual act.
Okay.
Penetration in you know
And the
Rectum?
and the rectum.
in the anus.
Anal
He was
cavity.
going to say yes.
Well, it is.
It's
Anal.
unnatural.
Same thing.
It's unnatural.
All right,
sexual
no.
All right,
relation.
So
okay.
now let's move. So what we're talking about the
What's that?
progression of deception. All right. So when you hear the word homosexuality, what do you think of?
Same sex.
Okay, what do you think of?
Same sex.
Yeah, attracted to the same
How about
sex.
you? All right. Let's move to gay. What do you think of when you hear the word gay?
Happy.
What do you think of?
Bull crap.
I think of happy.
You are full
I'm
of...
so pretty, oh so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and
Gay.
and I pity.
You are so full of crap.
For gay, when you hear the word gay, what comes to your mind?
Either the same thing as homosexuality or
Happy.
No, I was gonna say I know a few people who use it as like if something's like stupid. Or
Yes.
something is-
Yeah.
Like if you do something to your car, like you put these gigantic wheels that look silly, you're like, that's so gay. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Brigade and I are like hanging out, or whatever. Like, and he slips and falls. I'm like, bro, that was gay, bro. Like, I just hurt myself. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think I ever heard of it.
Anyway, go ahead, Martin.
Well, no, I same sex, or like again, somebody does something that's stupid, or your friend does something that's like silly, or lack of a better word, just dumb. You're like, that's so gay. Why would you do that?
Okay. So listen, so we're defining these words just in the sense of what's the first thing comes to your mind, because we're talking about the progression of deception. Okay? So let's keep it in its context. How about LGBTQ? What do you think of?
Pride.
What do you think of?
Right?
I think of a
Cool
culture.
community of
Yeah,
community. I was
okay.
gonna say community of people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's look at how Satan softens sin and thereby conditions us to accept what is unacceptable to God. All right? So let's define our first word, sodomy.
The word sodomy has a long history of use in the reference of culturally stigmatized sex acts, and often specifically to sex acts between people of the same sex. In current usage, the term occurs most commonly in contexts relating to laws against such acts. In 2003, the U.S. Supreme Court held laws against the consensual sex acts between adults of the same sex to be
Can you
unconstitutional.
believe that? 2003. That, yeah.
I did not know that.
All right, Brigade. That's Merriam-Webster. So now you're going to give us the definition from Wikipedia.
may also mean any non-procreative sexual activity. Originally, the term sodomy, which is derived from the story of Sodom and Gomorrah in the book of Genesis, was commonly restricted to homosexual anal sex.
Sodomy law.
Sodomy laws in many countries criminalize the behavior. In the Western world, many of these laws have been overturned or are routinely not enforced. A person who practices sodomy is sometimes referred to as a sodomite,
Pejorative term.
a pejorative term, expression of disapproval.
Yeah, that's a great word, pejorative. It means immediately you look at it in the state of disapproval. And here's what's interesting. Do you know, and I never thought of it this way, but sodomy may mean a non-procreative sexual activity, correct? And so that definition includes that. And then I was thinking about, you remember Naomi's two sons, and the one son was stricken dead, and then the younger son was to marry the widow, and when he married the widow, which was Ruth, if you recall, he kept spilling his seed on the ground, and God struck him dead. I never thought of that till now. That term sodomy includes that he purposely would not procreate because he didn't want his son to be credited to his brother, and God struck him dead.
Wow.
So there's so much. When we look at the root of this, you're going to see the progression of
Why
sin.
would he call it seed if the seed's in the woman?
No, it's not. The egg is in the woman.
Right.
The seed is in the man.
But
So he kept casting his sperm on the ground, the seed, and he refused to reproduce. He refused to let his seed go into the woman and have a son. Interesting, isn't it?
yeah, I only knew the word Sodom and to be sodomized because of the story of Sodom and Gomorrah as younger.
Yeah, and that's where it comes from.
But when young boys are molested by like a Boy Scout leader or whoever it may be, that's
That's
pretty
Sodom.
much what they're doing to them.
Absolutely. So look at some of the verses in Genesis,
All
Mark.
right, Genesis 13:13 says, "The men of Sodom were wicked and sinners exceedingly before the Lord." In Judges 19:5, the men of Sodom of every age want to have sex with the angels visiting Lot. They are struck blind in punishment.
We don't know that they were eternally struck blind, but they were struck blind for a season because they were trying to have sex with angels.
And angels are men, as far as we know.
Yeah.
There's no women
Right.
names in the
No
Bible.
women
Right.
names.
So Leviticus 18:22-3 says, "You shall not lie with a male as with a woman. It is an abomination." And 20:13 says, "If a man lies with a male as with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination, and they shall surely be put to death." That's harsh.
How about kings?
King Joshua destroyed the houses of the male cult prostitutes.
Can you believe that? When we went to India, they had cages in the temples. And I got to turn this down here. I thought I didn't do it. But they had cages. Now, to my knowledge, I'm not sure they were male prostitutions, but they were young girls whose parents would bring them to the temple, thinking that they would get some sort of blessing if they, as soon as they reached puberty, if they brought their daughters and gave them over to the priests to have sex with at the temples. There were just cages, you could see them.
For the young girls to be raped?
And it's still done today, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
So they raped these young girls?
Yep, they did. And it's still there today. It's still done. They're still brought to this one temple, and it's a certain holiday where the parents bring their girls, and they think it helps them find favor with the Hindu gods.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the progression of sin. Look, here's the point. When we hear the word sodomy, there's an instant pejorative, which means there's a disapproval attached to it. So what is that disapproval? You know, think about it. What do you think that disapproval would be when you hear the word sodomy? What's the first thing you think about? Right, wrong, perversion? What do you think, Gianna? What comes to your mind? Well, you didn't even know what it meant. So let's go to you, Mark.
I think of molestation, honestly.
Okay, what about you?
Yeah, I don't think anything positive when I hear that word, you know.
How about you? Forget it.
Not really sure.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's why we're here. Well, when I hear that word sodomy, immediately I think it's something that God considers an abomination.
Yeah, but
it shouldn't be a part of our life.
Like Lamar said, like I most of the time I think of assault. Like when someone, like when you hear like, oh, they were sodomized.
It's
you think of it as an assault.
I agree.
I think of assault. Yeah, like I mean, look, you look at like court cases and stuff like
But
that.
you don't think of it as consensual, where the Bible does consider it as consensual.
Yeah, I see, but I guess in our modern time.
Yeah,
The way
so
it
here's
is.
my point. And you know, we're just taking that because this is Pride Month, so we're dealing with a specific subject. We could deal with drunkenness, you know, which now is a disease. So a disease is something you manage, but if it's a drunkenness, it's a sin, you got to put it away. You know, if you're having an affair, that's something that, no, it's not really approved, but if it's adultery, it's something you got to put away.
Yeah.
That's my point in all of this, is what God calls sin, we now don't call sin. We have another word for it, and therefore, it's something we can manage. But you and I know we can't manage sin.
No,
It always gets the best of me. I don't know about you, but it always gets the best
can't
of
manage
me.
sin at all.
You know? So, let's just look at homosexuality. And this is what Wikipedia says, all right? Homosexuality is sexual attraction, romantic attraction, or sexual behavior between members of the same sex or gender.
Well, that means you're a homosexual, because you definitely, they always tell me I'm attractive.
You are. Oh my gracious. Who was I talking to the other day? I said, when I was young, I had all these men hit on me. I was serious. I had guys want to marry me, I'm telling you. They would say that to me. Yeah, you know, well, don't you think that when you like to, you know, be married to me? No.
Were you flattered?
Yeah, I was complimented. And you know what was sad was because I felt for them that they were deceived into thinking that love was something acceptable by God. And Samaj is over here cringing. and I remember one guy said, hey, listen, I think you're a wonderful person. You've got so many gifts and talents. This person was a really big wig in a college. And I had to say to him, but listen, everything God has created has boundaries.
Yeah.
The ocean has a boundary or we'd be gone. You know, the planets have a boundary. The stars have boundaries. Everything God created has boundaries. That's the territorial in a sense. And that's what safeguards us. And I said, and so does sex. And in my mind, you know, God has clearly stated that marriage is between a man and a woman. And I'm sorry, I think the world of you, but that is never in the picture. And eventually they disproved.
But can I comment on something? You never said anything offensive in that. Like, I hope that those people would come to know Christ, and if they struggled with homosexuality all their life, that's between them and God. Right.
Just know Jesus.
But the point I'm trying to make is you handled that so well. But still, like, especially in our modern day, if you were to still get that same reaction, you would be still deemed as homophobic or wrong or something like that. Yeah, and it's like,
And can I say that's the furthest thing from, I think, any of us at
Well,
this
you
stage.
have a lot of friends that are homosexual.
Yeah, and all of us.
We all do.
I'm going to say, look at you. You live in a world of that.
Sure.
You,
Ton of
you
friends.
hire people, they work for you. I mean, you've been in that world, and you don't hate anybody that's homosexual.
No, we break bread at church together.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, in the entertainment industry, I mean, dealing with teenagers, all types of stuff, you're going to meet people with all different kinds of backgrounds. Like, we don't hate anybody.
Right.
We don't hate anybody. You know, and I think that's a large misconception that people have about the church. You know, I mean, if anyone's watching this, if you're a part of the community, like, sorry if anyone ever like offended you or made you feel like you didn't have a value and purpose, or you were worthless.
You're welcome here.
You're welcome
Yeah,
here.
you are.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, someone asked me the other day, PB, like, you know, how do I feel about all that? And I said, listen, you have to really understand that the concept of separating the sin from the sinner is a real thing.
Don't we do it with ourselves? Come on.
Yeah.
If you were to fall into sin in some way, or Martin, you or me, you know, we wouldn't hate each other. Because we say, listen, let me help you get out of this sin, or whatever it is you're in. That doesn't mean we hate you. That means we love you.
Right.
It's just the opposite. But my point here is sodomy is something that has a disapproval the moment you hear it.
Yeah.
So the Bible defines sodomy as homosexuality. All right? So what I'm saying is now look at the definition, how it changes when we look at homosexuals. Now it's a sexual attraction. It's a romantic attraction. It's behavior, right? So it's an orientation, which could mean I was just born that way, so therefore accept me as I am. And it's no longer considered sin by many in the culture. This is the point I'm trying to let us see. How it's called the progression of deception. How what is sin is now, well, you know, it's just they're born that way and let's accept them as they are. And we do accept them as they are in the sense that we love them. We just don't accept the behavior. But when we don't accept the behavior, now we're hated and we have hate speech and we hate the person, which is not true at all, right?
Right.
So the Bible gives homosexuality the same definition as sodomy. A proverbial term of reproach applied to those who practice sodomy. That's what the Bible says.
But isn't sodomy wrong even between a married man and a woman, according to the Bible?
Well, then you wouldn't have sodomy between a married man and a woman.
You sure would. You sure could, I should say.
Well, I don't know. I think as long as you're married, anything's acceptable if it's consensual.
Oh, I thought it was wrong no matter what, according to the Bible. I guess I just
Yeah.
didn't
I mean,
understand.
Yeah, I've heard. Well, when I say I've heard that before as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's I just
Right.
Yeah.
However, most modern literature, not based but biblically based, doesn't look at homosexuality as a perversion, but as a romantic attraction or relationship of the same sex.
Right.
That's where we are today. I'm just trying to get us to see the progression. So let's read.
Many modern style guides in the U.S. recommend not using homosexuality as a noun, instead using the word gay man or lesbian. What is it? Similarly, some recommend completely avoiding using the word homosexual as it has a negative, and because the word often refers to one's sexual behavior as opposed to romantic feelings, and thus it has a negative connotation. The recommendation is to use terms gay or lesbian. The first letters are frequently combined to create the initialism of LG, gay, and lesbian, and BT, referring to bisexual and transgender people.
Yeah, let's keep reading, Gianna.
Gay especially refers to male homosexuality, but may be used in broader sense to refer all LGBT people. In the context of sexuality, lesbian refers only to female homosexuality. The word lesbian is derived from the name of the Greek islands Lesbos.
Did you know this?
No.
Me neither.
There's
My
a
wife
Greek
didn't
island
know it.
called
Yeah.
Lesbos?
Yeah, it still exists.
Come
I
on.
had no clue. Yeah, go ahead.
Where the poet Sappho wrote largely about her emotional relationships with young women.
Now, it doesn't say her sexual relationships, but she wrote about all these emotional relationships from this island, so that's where Lesbo gets its name.
Greek island Lesbos.
So when you call somebody a Lesbo,
You call them an island in
you're
Greece.
calling them an island in Greece.
That's funny.
So, PB, to surmise, what is the point being
Whoa, you just pulled a Biden.
Oh, I did pull up Biden.
Oh.
Now we're really in trouble. We're talking about this, now we're talking about Biden. Good Lord, we won't have anybody like this. Go ahead.
That is
See, the
great.
progression of deception, right? Satan gets one generation to tolerate, the next generation to accept, and the next generation to approve and applaud. And hence, this is why we have you know, different things in our culture now, like Pride Month and different
Think
things
about
like
that. Isn't that how he works? Listen. So he gets us to tolerate it. Then the next generation accepts it. And then the following generation approves and applauds it. And that's why we have a month called Pride, because we're approving and applauding.
Well, that's why they have safe drug zones now. If you can't beat them, join them. You're allowed to do heroin and safe
Oh, and they're
sex.
finding that's doing just the opposite.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
hard.
it's destroying cities. Yeah. So again, here's the progression. Sodomy is something completely unaccepted by God and society. Homosexuality now is a perversion, or now it's an attraction by culture. People are born that way. Gay is something by which a person should be proud of. See the progression of deception? So
Well,
look at it.
Gay originally meant cheerful, carefree, bright, showy, to be merry. It's the happiest season of all. Take it up a
that.
notch.
With the holiday.
Don't
Go
forget
ahead.
Samaj.
No,
I hate
God
it.
bless
I
you,
hate
Russell.
it.
No, I'm just gonna read it. Happiest season of all, with those holiday greetings and gay happy meetings when friends come to call us the happiest season of all.
Yeah, cool. But that's isn't that
Well, because what the heck?
Stop.
man?
So isn't this what we this is what originally we thought the word gay meant? Really, but you know what the first definition is when you look it up now? It's a person romantically
Yep.
attracted to the same sex.
Yep.
This is the secondary meaning, and that's that. Really?
I just wonder why why a new word wouldn't have been created.
Yeah,
Why-
because now if you say gay and from like symbolize it with happy, they'll get mad at you.
But we still
But
we
wait,
didn't
when-
change the
when
words
you
to the
say that-
songs
when
at
you-
Christmas time.
No, we didn't. Thank God. There's a few of them with the word gay in it. But wait, somebody said something about wheels or whatever. You look at that, and you go, oh, that's gay. So is that like a derogatory statement, or is that a positive?
It's like
Well,
silly
you know,
or
sometimes
stupid,
you
right?
say words and it really means the opposite.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So it's acerbic or satirical.
Yeah.
Well, when I was a camp counselor out on Kelly Island, we had one of my coworkers she was gay, and we had used it in that term like meaning something like we were teenagers and like it's like, bro, that's so gay, and she got like really
I was gonna
offended.
say it's probably offensive to people
Yeah,
who use it that way.
yeah. People that are part of the community, they get very, very offended when people use the term gay. Like oh, those wheels are gay. Like you know what I mean? Like when they use it in that term, people get really, really offended. Yeah.
All right, makes sense. So here it is. We have used sodomy, and its acceptance as an example. But like I said at the beginning, there's so many. Homosexuality is now gay. Drunkenness is now a disease. So it's treated. It's not something we have to put away. It's not sin. Adultery is now an affair. Illegal immigrants are now undocumented non-citizens.
That
So what I'm
drives- that
saying
one
is
drives
we
me-
keep
that's-
changing terminology to soften the reality of the sting. Right?
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing in this culture. And that's what this was all about. Right here. This whole lesson. I mean, we used the month as an example, but we could have used multiple examples.
I mean,
not
the
just
illegal
that.
immigrants is now undocumented citizens. That one is just
Yeah.
like one flew over the cuckoo's nest,
Yeah,
right?
really.
I mean,
yeah.
I can't go to Canada without a document. I can't go to the Bahamas without a document. I mean, you can't drive a car without a document.
Yeah, and you can't vote. I mean,
Yes, you can.
vote without.
We
a
went to
document.
vote
Yeah,
a couple weeks
we
ago,
did too.
and I had my ID waiting for her to ask for it, and she did not ask me for
That's
it.
wild.
Which is weird because they asked for mine. I
They
ran
asked
right
for
in.
No,
Asked for yours?
they haven't asked for mine.
Maybe
for
they
the
knew
last
who
3
I
years.
was or something.
No, I haven't asked for mine in the last 3 years. I said to that lady, I said to her when I went to vote, I said, you mean to tell me that I go to the hospital and I have to show my driver's license and I'm voting and I don't need to show my, she said, our governor, depends on the state, our governor did away with all ID when it comes to vote. That's our governor.
They thought you were an immigrant.
Remember when we went somewhere?
They thought I was
Go ahead,
undocumented.
We went to visit Jay in the hospital in Philly, and we walk in. You get security screened. You get to the desk, and they ask for your ID. He goes, "I don't have an ID. I just got here. I'm from wherever," he said. And they go, "Oh, okay, all right, you're good." And he goes, I'm just kidding. Here's my like they were just gonna let him right through.
I'm telling you, hey, listen, I went to the gym yesterday, right?
Whoopsie.
And I took Steve Joseph. with
So,
me.
yeah, it
Getting
really
ready
is
to leave.
true.
He had to sign a paper. He had to show his license. And I said, we don't have to do that when we vote. And the girl says, well, She said, you know, we had some minors come in and beat up somebody in the gym. So she says, now everybody has to show their license. It has to go on record.
Make up the rules.
What
I
gym
like
is this?
Rec at
Oh.
Rowan.
God.
All right, let's close out.
Well, I don't know. If
Oh,
you
wait,
like-
do we have any comments? You wanna
Sure, it's exactly why I was asked for my license when I voted.
She was asked for a license. That's good.
say- Well, that was good.
No,
yeah.
sure is exactly. I wasn't asked
Oh,
for
she
my
wasn't.
license.
See,
when I
I
voted.
wasn't
State of
either.
New Jersey. Any other comments about our conversation, or people?
No,
being
people
quiet?
are getting on now.
All right.
Well, anyway, if you want to share it, feel free. If you'd like a copy of the transcript, let us know. If there's something you want us to address or talk about, or you have like something that you're passionate about, let us know. We'll make sure we bring it to Hijack Life Live, aka The Other View. All right, we are going to update the quality of the overall presentation of Hijack Life Live, which requires finances.
Mola.
For those of you who would like to contribute to the MG Honor of Pastor Bruce, and they will get back to you.
Yes, absolutely.
Pastor Bruce, what does this weekend look like at the Gloucester County Community Church on Chapel Heights Road?
Well, you know, I have to confess, I was going to go away this weekend. It's Father's Day, have my wife take me away, and it's her birthday. But then Pastor Blake told me that the speakers this weekend are himself, his grandfather, who officiated our wedding, and his uncle.
That's cool.
Nice.
So you have the succession of pastors.
That's
Dr.
neat.
Rydell, you know, me, his Dr. Rydell's son George, and Blake. So I won't be there, but I mean I won't be on the panel. And I thought I'm going to do a post and add my grandmother, because my grandmother had a church in
I
Turnersville.
remember the picture.
Yeah, right. And then there's Dr. Rydell, Open Bible, and all that brought us Blake, who's now my successor at GCCC. And I thought I can't go away this weekend. Who knows? Dr. Rydell may not be here next.
And it's hot dogs and hot rods, which means
Yeah, you guys
everybody's.
have any rods out
We
there?
are bringing
We
the
do.
Rolls Royce, we're bringing the BMW, we're bringing the mini truck, we're bringing the 1901 Oldsmobile. We'll have 4 cars. She'll probably bring her 5 cars in it.
Whoa! All right. So I can't
I'm
not
bringing
go
an
away.
Uber.
I can't go away that weekend. Everybody that I love.
And I'm bringing an Uber.
I thought you were going to bring your new Tesla. Or are you getting a new Lexus?
I'm getting a new Lexus.
Look at that darn license.
Yeah. Get rid of that thing. I'm only kidding. All right. We better close
All
out.
right, 1, 2, 3.
So everybody, thanks for watching. Yo, guys, thanks for watching. And share this thing. It really is something needs to be shared. They may cut your head off when you're done, but have some guts. My wife would say, have a set.
Have a set.
Yeah, all right, we're ready.
All right.
We'll have a different set next week. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Live for Jesus, and even a bad day will be a good day. Love you guys.
Love y'all.